The opinion poll was taken between the 14th and the 18th of December last year, just before corruption allegations and famine hit the Grand Coalition government. The sampling was done on 2,007 respondents. The poll shows continued lack of confidence in the power-sharing agreement that brought about peace after the post-election violence. The number fell from 77% to 61%.
This decline in support for the power-sharing agreements can't be sure, it may simply reflect a gradual shift or change in the criteria that Kenyans are using when judging how the government is performing.
Compared to the NAC government, the Grand Coalition also scored low in terms of being responsive to the people's needs. 60% of the respondents feel that the Grand Coalition is insensitive.
60% of Kenyans are saying that this government is less responsive than the one we had before the election. Now remember, this was before the president first signed and then sent instructions to the AG to try to repair or improve the Communications Act.
In terms of approval rating, the Prime Minister Raila Odinga is still ahead at over 65%, with President Mwai Kibaki trailing him at 47%. The general approving rating for the government stands at 47%.
More than half corruption and poverty issues looking forward to 2009. Not very optimistic. Remember, these are only the percentage figures of those who expect things to get worse, however bad or difficult they are at the moment. We're not showing you those think will remain the same government performance in these areas.
The media continues to lead by a huge margin in terms of trustworthiness of institutions. It scored 89%, followed by the Speaker of the National Assembly, Kenneth Marende, who was second at 54%. Others in that order are Prime Minister Raila Odinga, 53%, military, 52%, Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, 38%, while President Kibaki at 34%. The general approval rating for Parliament stands at 22%, Police at 18%, while the most untrustworthy is the disbanded Electoral Commission with 14%.
To the extent that these two leaders are sharing power, so that the Prime Minister is having himself a certain amount of influence over government performance, you might have thought that the approval rating for the government would be somewhere in between.
In that survey, Kenyans continue to rate government performance in primary education and health highly, but it got less marks in terms of combating poverty and fight against corruption. 38% of Kenyans expect that the economic situation in the country will improve this year, while 28% think it will remain the same. Those optimistic that there will be prosperity are a paltry 22%. ODM continue to be the party of choice for 47% of those polled, while 26% chose PNU. A big number at 21% say they do not associate with any party, while 6% chose ODM Kenya. Daniel Kori, Citizen TV, Nairobi.